Hi everyone. Welcome to myself and Shellin once again. It's Wednesday. It's 5:30, so here we are again. So I'm Lynn Constantine. I'm based in the UK, and my partner in crime, Shellin. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Shellin Briand, and I am on the West Coast of the United States, and I am part of the customer success team.
Absolutely. And we love what we do. We speak to people, you lovely people, all over the world, every single day of the week. That's what our job is. We are here to help and guide, to tell you what Salesforce is all about. I even when I go out with my friends, everyone wants to know. It's a bit like the offside rule, if you don't know, I think. I don't suppose you even know what that is, Shellin. Okay, so I'll tell you what, why don't I just go straight on and share the website, and then we can talk a few bits. I've got some nice links to add in. So the joys of working from home. Right, okay, so let me just share my screen with you.
Perfect. It's just one of our favorite topics is really around what is a Salesforce admin and how do you become one? Who's well suited for that, and what's the process and what's the benefit of starting with that administrator function and focus?
Does he want to go out? Do you want to go and let him out?
There's somebody walking in the backyard, and we are back up into there shouldn't be anyone there, so I'm not sure what's happening.
Oh, that's funny. It's just funny. I think when you work from home, it's just such a different world, isn't it?
Yes, I actually some of my fondest memories from the pandemic, which there weren't many, but was some of the hilarious videos of things that happened while people were on Zoom.
I know. Okay, so can you see my screen even? Perfect. Okay. So just a little tutorial. I mean, I know that everyone knows how to use a website, but it's just really where to find something, because we're talking about admin today. But there are a couple of things that myself and Shellin spoke about prior to the call, where we were saying, for example, the accelerator is in the text here. And when I send someone an email after I've had a conversation with them, I always put, look halfway down in the text. But if I tell you, then you'll know. So in terms of the admin course itself, you can find all of our courses here, so they're quite easy to find. There are career options. What is a Salesforce career? Salesforce admin career. And it also has a day in the life, which I always think is really great, because you can go to consultant, for example, and see what a consultant does. Job opportunities. Once again, we also have a recruitment team where once you've trained with us, you're very welcome to join recruitment, and ultimately you will interview and you will get the job, but we will absolutely help you. We've got the great insights here. There's all sorts of lovely information in there, and of course here we have the success stories. What I think I'll do is, if we talk about admin, because I know that's why you're all here today, and then I'll drop these links in so that you can easily go on to supermums.org and go through all of this. But if I drop the individual links in, that might be useful. Do you think so, Shellin? Is that a good way forward?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think these success stories, and we'll show you another resource as well in a moment, but those success stories are so interesting to see the type of individuals, where they have come from with their past career breaks, all kinds of stories, and learning that Salesforce administrator skill set and moving into and pivoting into a Salesforce career. And it's really great to see just the variety of people, and to know that with Salesforce, you don't need a technical background or technical skills as a prerequisite. And in fact, there aren't a lot of technical skills. I think some people feel like, I don't know how to code, and Salesforce doesn't require that for many of their administrator type roles or roles that lead from that. So it's good to know that and to see some real world examples.
Absolutely. And you know, as you say, we speak to people every day, and they just say, but Lynn, where do I start? What, you know, what is it all about? What do I do first? And obviously admin, I say obviously admin, it's not obvious to everyone, but admin is always the foundation. That is where you need to start on your career journey. There's all sorts of lovely other things that you can do in the meantime. There are lots of courses you can do based on transferable skills as to where you want to see yourself in the future. But as we say, today is all about admin. So the courses we offer. So we have 3 options for you, depending on your learning style and your career so far. So you can either do, if you are, for example, an accidental admin, which we find quite often people that are, you know, working in the job already, but they just don't have the certification, then they want to come and join that one. That's a really short 3-week course. And that is where I said to you, you can find that one here. So it's called Accelerator. So if you slide down the page and click on here, that will take you to Accelerator. The one I recommend to everyone, especially if they're just starting out, is the Ultimate. The Ultimate is the exactly what it says. What you'll find is you'll have all of these items included. So you've got your 4 months training, you've got some exam prep in there, you've got some work experience, you've got that all important one-to-one mentor, which is just invaluable. You've also got your live training sessions. And because we have people from all over the world that do our courses, you have an option to either do and I'm talking GMT, hopefully Shellin will fill in with the American time, so that's easier. You can either do in the UK or EMEA region, you can do 9:30 a.m. on a Tuesday or 6 p.m. on a Thursday. Do you want to jump in there, Shellin?
Yes. So they, just for a frame of reference, Eastern Standard Time is 5 hours earlier from GMT, and Pacific is 8 hours earlier. So that morning time is a rough time frame unless you're somebody used to doing things at night. But they're all available, and depending on where you're located. When I did the consultancy course, it was at 5 a.m., which worked great for me because I could do it when the kids were asleep, but that's not for everyone.
She's never asleep. She's always awake. I mean, we're so far apart in terms of time scales, but you know, I can speak to Shellin anytime, day or night. Which is great. So as I say, we have payment plans available. You know, if that's something that you're looking to you want help with. Again, once I start dropping links in, I will put the link to our Calendly diary. If I put the round robin, then you'll get one or the other of us. We're both here to help and guide you, and we'll both be delighted to talk to you. So if it's a payment plan that you want, or you want advice on that, we can go through that. And these are the course dates. Now, the November one shouldn't be on there. The very next course that is in the Ultimate or the Essentials starts week commencing the 19th. And the deadline for signing up is this weekend. So if you want to know anything, please just reach out to us, and we would be absolutely delighted to go through things with you.
Yes, absolutely. And I think some of the questions that we get, or the challenges that people have, is that I don't have any experience, and I'm searching and I'm seeing the roles are requiring 2 or 3 years of experience. And that's why the Ultimate program was set up the way that it was, so that you have real world work experience. You have the opportunity to get hands-on in a developer org with a cohort, with a live trainer. You also have the opportunity to be doing a developer org for homework. And that's something that you can do on your own, that piece of it. but it is really challenging when it comes to understanding and communicating your value to an employer. So having that opportunity for that one-on-one mentor who is not part of the Supermums organization, they are working in the Salesforce ecosystem to offer career advice and support and walk through your journey. Those are the things that help you really jump beyond that beginning stage. And once you're in the roles, it's so much easier to move up and on. And we have found that those pieces, that cohort, that support, that total flexibility, but also the structure and organization is just a game changer in terms of success rates.
And I think as well, another thing that I know that we love to shout from the rooftop, Shellin, is the community, because we have an absolutely awesome community of people who are all in the same role as you. They're all planning to do the same as you're doing. And, you know, people, I spoke to a lady earlier and she said to me, you know, I don't know if I can do this, but you absolutely can. And I think something else I said is, you know, in terms of time, you are investing your time and your money, of course, into a course, but it will absolutely change your life. You will have a community of people that will be championing everything you do, and that's what I love. And of course, afterwards, once you go out into the real world and you get a job, you're still part of the community. So we quite often have people that are in some really high up jobs. Hi, Llewellyn, nice to meet you. It's nice to see someone commenting in the chat, and feel free to drop any questions in there as well,
Yes.
if you'd like to. But the community, as I say, even people that are quite high up in job roles, who are doing a big project, if they get stuck with something or they've got any questions, they still come on the chat and say, what is the best way to do this? So I love the community.
Absolutely. One of my favorite things to do is to kind of screen share and show LinkedIn and just search for Supermums and look at people and see this beautiful long list. But the next step that's really interesting is to add plus mentor. So Salesforce plus mentor in the search bar of LinkedIn, and it'll bring up 162 of our amazing mentors who have that mentor on their profile. So it is searchable. And when you look through the roles that they have and the opportunity to refer in, and who knows our course better than our mentors who are committing to, you know, months with you to walk through it. They understand the value and the differentiation. So that alone, I think, is just really priceless and something that takes some effort to connect in with. But that has been, to me, that sort of the hidden benefit and return on, you know, joining Supermums was access to people that love the mission and are available and interested in supporting.
Absolutely. And I think as well with the mentor, because we've both done the course, we've both done the admin course. When I did the admin course, I think the main reason that I signed up with Supermums was because of that mentor. And I think the mentor is absolutely invaluable. And of course, they mark all your homework as well, which is really useful. Let's just have a look down further and see if there was anything else that I wanted to go through. Well, you can actually go down further. If you slide down further, you know, you're going to get all the questions and answers. And again, anything you're not sure about, always reach out to one of us. I will actually, because the deadline is this weekend, I will drop in our emails as well, because if you can't get in with a call, I know that you're working Shellin on Saturday, aren't you?
I'm actually opened up Sunday as well. So just very available and flexible if people want to just have a chance to share your own journey and have your questions.
Absolutely. But if you want to just reach out with a question, you can always put it in the chat now, or email us individually. We're more than happy if you want to email us. But as I say, there are some frequently asked questions as well, as you slide down here, and then next steps as well. So, you know, it's have a look at the website. There's some really, really useful information on there. All about the modules, all about, there's some success stories. So definitely have a look, and we're here if you've got any questions on the back of any of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop sharing this because it's something that you can look at, and I can't see your lovely face.
Yes, and we do have a question in the chat, and the question is, can you request a mentor, or do you need to be part of the programs? The mentors are specifically committing to this 5-6 month journey, which with each of the ultimate admin mentees. And then there are marketing cloud mentors as well for those that have joined the marketing cloud. So at the present time, we don't have any active mentoring outside of those 2 programs, and they're quite involved. So it's more than just a simple mentoring conversation, which there's huge value in that as well. These are specifically assigned. They have one-on-one, typically just one trainee at a time, and they are very involved and accessible. So hopefully that answers your question.
And if it's something, Llewellyn, that you are thinking that you would like more information, as I say, reach out to one of us. We'd be delighted to go through any questions. I would be interested, actually, if you're happy to put it in the chat, if you're actually already in the ecosystem, or if you're just starting out. It would be interested to know where you are. But that's entirely up to you if you'd like to share that with us.
And there are a couple of other programs that you might Google. Salesforce has a mentor program that is, you have to apply to be a mentee. So I'm not quite sure what the current status of that is, but that may be a resource that you might want to look into as well. So mentors have to apply and be accepted, and then they have mentees that are paired.
Okay, I'm going to drop a few links in. So if you want to talk for a few minutes, Shellen, I know that you were talking about sharing something, but let me just grab the link.
So I'll go ahead. I am going to share a screen just as an extra resource, something to take a look at. And this is actually on the Salesforce website. So we have ours as well, but I think this is a great place to take a look. So if you just look at salesforce.com careers, but in this, it's the admin specifically. And it lets you down a path. So you can, learn more about what an administrator is. That's always a big question. And it's solving business problems and really being inclined to investigate and solve problems and helping with outcomes. And I think that interest and excitement around being able to create things is so important. And there's building, configuration, automating technology. So that's a huge piece of moving things from being very manual into automation. And there's huge business value in that. So supporting users, working with data and analytics. So there's Salesforce administrator roles that are for very small Salesforce customers where you wear a lot of hats, may have a lot of responsibilities, or all the way to where there's huge teams and you might have just one core responsibility or a more narrow focus as part of a team member. So that Salesforce administrator role can look very different. And the courses and that learning is so valuable for any type of role because you're learning how the system's working. But they share some very, up-to-date information in terms of salaries, the number of jobs, the job growth. And there's some pretty huge numbers coming up because of the wave of AI and the projects that are coming up. But it's a great way to just join the community, look at the different certifications. There's a whole home for admins that you can see tools and resources, which is great. And jumpstarting your career, you can meet some of the fellow awesome admins, find out what they do. These are people that you can click into. You can also look them up on LinkedIn and send a connection request and just let them know that you saw them. There is also a specific Salesforce admin digest. So you can subscribe to that. And there's going to be just the latest, greatest information from Salesforce about the admin position specifically. They also will share open positions, so it's something to poke around and see the types of jobs that are available. Look at the job descriptions. See and think about some of the transferable skills that you have, or how you might like to have a week in the life look. So this is just a great resource I wanted to share with everyone. It's somewhere that I like to point people to see things directly from Salesforce. And there is also another tool in a Salesforce. It's called Salesforce Plus. So if you just Google Salesforce Plus, it's kind of the Netflix of Salesforce, and you can hop in and see they have you can look for admin specific stories, and they have leaders from companies that work in that space, and you can see the kind of transformations. And I think sometimes people think about Salesforce from the past of being very much that CRM. They might have been a user, but today CRM just powers all areas of companies, and there's just, it's very exciting. But sometimes it's hard to know, if you are not in it or exposed to it, what types of roles, what types of companies. And you'll see that I think you'll find some industry skills, inspiration from doing that.
Excellent. I have seen that there are a couple of comments in the chat. I have, just to tell you as well, I have just dropped in quite a few different links, so definitely worth looking at. There is a quiz, and it says your parenting styles. But if you're not a parent, it doesn't matter. We have mums, dads, if you're not a parent, it doesn't matter. It's still worth doing the quiz and just seeing how it aligns with your learning style. So Llewellyn has said, thank you for answering my question. I'm studying towards my admin cert on my own with not much resource beside Trailhead. Would appreciate any guidance. Do you know what? I have to say, I've spoken to 3 people today who are exactly the same, who are looking to sign up to one of our courses simply because they want the support and guidance. And genuinely, we have people that have even got their certs, but they're still not exactly sure, and they just want some help and guidance. Carry on, Sharon.
Yeah, that was me. When I joined Supermums, I was already certified, and I had self-studied using Trailhead and worked really hard and got certified, and quickly realized in interviews that I was painfully unprepared to actually add value to them or answer their questions.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, we get people right across the board. We speak to people who have no idea what we're even talking about. And then we have people that are in some really good jobs. But as I say, quite often accidental admins, or people studying on their own that just want the support. I mean, in terms of community, the great thing with the community is that you can ask questions and you can celebrate with other people. I mean, when I did my course, there were, I want to say there was about 50 on that cohort. And such a great group of people. We still talk now. I know that I now work for Supermums, as does Shellin, but we didn't always. So it's just quite useful to see that. Yeah. We have also got Catherine. Did you want to chip in there before I go on?
I did just want to say, Llewellyn, if and feel free to book some time and we can actually go into more detail. Yeah. But I would say the other place that you can get some good information and other exposure is YouTube. There's a lot of great content there. I would encourage you to curate your feed on LinkedIn by following the companies. If you go to the App Exchange, Salesforce App Exchange, you can find those companies, follow those companies, some of their leaders, and you'll start seeing more and more. You can connect into the user groups. There's a lot of virtual user groups, even if it's not in your area, and they have guest speakers that will come. And then finally, I'd say that Salesforce Plus as well. I would just tap into that. There's a lot of recordings from Dreamforce, customer stories that might give you more context, because Trailhead's incredible, but it does not prepare you to actually do the work. So there's a few other resources, but I'd encourage you to book in a time just to explore it a little bit more.
And I think it does become fun, if that's the right word. I know that Trailhead, I still like to, if it's a rainy Sunday afternoon, I'll still see if I can get a couple of badges. But it's just, it's just one of them things that we all like to do to head up the, up the scale. But in terms of learning and doing your cert, there is nothing like support, for sure. Yeah. Okay. So Catherine, so it says, hi, I'm an admin finance role and use Salesforce as a CRM. I found a lot of interest in it, hence why I'm interested in starting the course. Do you often have companies pay for the course for their employees, or can it be, hang on one sec, or can it be paid for by the right? Okay, so I think what we're saying, absolutely, we have organisations that pay for numerous people, not just one. So if that's something that you're thinking of doing, let us know. Once you get the authority from your organisation, we can send an invoice direct to the person that is paying the bill, if you like. So you don't have to pay yourself. So, assuming that your organisation is happy to do that, we can absolutely do that for you.
Yeah. And I would really encourage Catherine to book a time with us. You just make sure to walk through the course from the perspective of your employer, and then make sure that we get you some whatever resources that might be helpful for you to share to get approval.
Yeah, and I'm genuinely hoping that we speak to both Catherine. I may have even spoken to you before, Catherine. Do you know what? I've spoken to so many people this week. But if Catherine and Llewellyn and anyone else watching, we would absolutely love to speak to you. And, from my point of view, just a really quick, I won't keep you too long on this, but I did the same job for 11 years. I was an end user, so that did resonate with me, Catherine. And I love the functionality of Salesforce. And I just decided that I was going to hang up my hat and just do something different. So I signed up for the course with Supermums and ended up getting a job with them. So great story. Okay. Well, the only thing I would say is, as I say, we are here for you. We are here to help you. We are here to answer your questions. Reach out to us. We don't bite. Neither of us bite. The great thing is we can just advise you, and it's down to you whether or not you do anything. So you will go off and make your own decisions. We can obviously individually send you links and information via email. So don't be afraid to speak to us. Don't think that we're going to try and make you do anything, because I'm sure you will only do something if you want to. Yes. And as I say, we thank you very much, Llewellyn and Catherine. So Shelley,
you know what? I lost the sound there for a moment, but I know that we have a group of interested Marketing Cloud individuals to learn more about that course. So we should say goodbye for now, and look forward to speaking with any of you listening. And really, it's a very exciting time. It's hard to believe that it's already February. So it's a great time to make a move and make this year really count.
Absolutely. And just to reiterate what I said earlier, the very next course in terms of Ultimate Admin starts week commencing the 19th. You can either do 9:30 a.m. I know I'm talking GMT, or 6 p.m. depending on what you want to do and where you are in the world. I'm going to drop you the links, Llewellyn. Catherine, if you want to send yours. Hi, Natalia. Thank you very much for your comment as well. And we would look forward to meeting you, and hopefully find us on LinkedIn, because that's another way to talk to us as well.
Definitely. Look forward to it. Thanks, everyone.
Take care. See you